Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Should You Pull video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about Cermia's banner, who will be replacing the banners of Shu and also Yulha, which by the way, if you guys are curious about whether Shu and Yulha are worth pulling for, make sure you guys check out my last Should You Pull video talking about both of those units. So before we get started with the video though guys, if you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to help me out, and also to get updates when I have videos like this released to help you guys, and also to get updates when I actually go live on YouTube, because we have been live streaming playing some Epic 7, Artery Gear, and some other gacha games, and I just want to, talk with you guys. It's really fun. If you guys have any questions about the game or anything in general, or just want to talk to me, then you guys can just drop by the stream and we just have a good time together. That being said, let's get started with the video. So, Cermia. Cermia is a pretty waifu unit. A lot of the Epic 7 community loves her. And also, Smilegate is releasing a skin for her, which you will be able to buy for Skystones with the Epic Pass in about a week from now. I think that's why they're releasing this unit. Usually before skins release, they actually decide to release the unit as well. Makes sense. If you guys want to use the skin, you guys need the hero, right? So, yeah. Whether or not she's good or not, that's up to you. If you guys want to pull her exclusively for the skin, honestly, if I was a new player, I probably would not pull for her, even though I have the skin, because you can still buy the skin without getting the unit, by the way, so it's really up to you. So yeah, let's talk about her skills real quick so you guys know actually, what she does. So Cermia's S3 is a single target attack. It is a 50% defense penetration, and that's it. You can actually soul burn this for more damage, and this does a lot of damage, especially when soul burn. This actually does crazy amounts of single target damage. The multiplier is insane, and you're gonna see why this can do a lot of damage, because if you look at her S2, you'll see that it is a extra turn that will give you greater attack buff for 2 turns and also reset the cooldown of your S3. So the way this usually works, guys, is you have an Amelia or an auxiliary Lots or anything to push your Cermia, and then Cermia will S3 by yourself, and then you can push her, and then, or actually you can push Cermia to S3, and then on Cermia's next turn, you can S2 to get an extra turn of your S3 again, and you can S3 twice in 2 turns. It's pretty crazy. Basically the combo is, Amelia or Alots into Cermia, S3, and then you S2, and then you S3 again. It's really, really insane. She does a lot of damage. Next, we have her S1. It is a single target attack that has a chance to make the target unhealable. This is not really used too much in PvP because, her main gimmick is just one-shotting units, right? Her S1 is a nice bonus because the damage multiplier on this is pretty high, but you're only going to really use this in PvE if you're not one-shotting stuff. So yeah, Cermia, where is she good? PvE, she's actually a monster. She's really good in late game PvE content, so as a newer player, you won't really benefit too much from her. She's good in Light Expedition, KDs, she's good in Hall of Trials if you're trying to aim for SSS, she's good in Ancient Inheritance. She's just a really, really solid one-shotter. Now I say you won't really use her as an early game player because the mentioned areas of content such as KDs and Light Expedition, you won't really get into until later into the game. And for Hall of Trials and Ancient Inheritance, you can always just use different units for that area of content because it's not something that you're farming consistently, right? So yeah, Cermia, very strong for late game PvE, but for early game and mid game, she's not really that great because she doesn't really provide any utility. She's just raw damage and is just really good for one-shotting bosses. For PvP, she's very strong for Guild Wars offense. Like I said, you pair her with like an Amelia or an Alots, you can boost her up, she S3s, kill something, then she S2s and then S3s again on her next turn, and she does another one-shot. Very, very strong unit in that regard for one-shotting. Good in Guild Wars because there's only 3 units, so if you one-shot 2 units, there's only 1 unit left. You just beat on them for, the next few turns, and you will win that Guild Wars. You can also pair her with a free-to-play unit known as Falconer Clury, because she has that defense break, and you can just Cermia S3 into the defense break, and then on the next turn, just S2, S3, similarly if you were paired with an Amelia or Alots, and you'll do very, very well like that as well. So yeah, very, very powerful unit in both PvE and PvP. Let's talk about her exclusive equipments real quick in case you guys don't know what she does with those. She gets an attack buff, or an attack bonus, I'd say. Very, very strong. She loves attack. You're going to see that when you actually use her S1, you have a chance to get an extra attack with the same skill, so you can hit twice. This is mostly for PvE for non-one-shots. Her S2 exclusive equipment is going to be a barrier that scales with your caster's attack. you're not going to really use this too much. And then you're going to see for your S3, you will decrease the skill cooldown of your S2 by 2 turns when you kill an enemy with your S3, which is very, very good because this is only a 4-turn cooldown. And yeah, you can drop the cooldown even more. Now, the only exclusive equipments you'll really use in PvP are S2 and S3. For PvE, you're mostly going to just use your S1 because of that extra attack. Because like I said, her S1 does a lot of damage, especially for an S1. Just most likely not going to use it in PvP because you're mostly just S3ing over and over, right? But in PvE, the S1 exclusive equipment is very, very good. So yeah, Cermia, is she worth pulling for? I think as an early game player, guys, you're probably not going to want to pull for her, honestly. Even though she's extremely waifu, and I know she's getting a really, really nice skin, but from a gameplay standpoint, like, you're not going to really use her too much, and even by the time you get to late game, you'll most likely have pulled her again, or her banner would have probably ran again already anyways. So yeah, Cermia, very good for late game PvE units, for PvE players though. If you're looking for a good Katie's, one-shotter, you're looking for a good light expedition DPS, then she's very good. If you're struggling with Ancient Inheritance or even Hall Trials, then Cermia is a very good option as well. But generally, I think she's definitely worth skipping because we do have Summertime Mycelium, we have Seaside Bologna, we have a collab rerun most likely coming up. We also have Holiday Euphine coming up, which is another limited unit. So you guys are going to probably want to save your bookmarks. That being said, let's talk about her artifact. So Cermia's artifact, which will also be able to be pulled from her own banner, and also be in the Powder of Knowledge shop for 240 powder, is called Border Coin. Now, Border Coin is a warrior exclusive artifact. The artwork is really, really nice in my opinion, but what's even better is what this artifact actually does. So you're going to see after you use a non-attack skill, you'll increase your attack by up to 15% and speed by 10%, and this effect stacks up to 3 times. So at the max potential, you're getting 45% attack and 30% speed, which is absolutely crazy. Now, this artifact has attack and speed built in, but you can honestly use this artifact on a unit just for one of the stats. The most common unit that uses this in the current PvP meta is going to be Conquer Lilius, because as you guys know, Conquer Lilius is a very, very meta unit in PvP, and she uses speed very, very well. Now, she's really good with this artifact, which might seem weird because of the attack bonus. You don't really use Conquer Lilius as a damage dealer, right? Her S1 doesn't do damage on its own. You need to rely on the dual attack, so the attack is kind of wasted. But it's really good because Conquer Lilius has 2 non-attack skills at the start of the battle, S3 into S2, and boom, instantly you have 20% increased speed. It's pretty crazy. You can obviously also use this on Cermia because of her S2 as well. You can also use this on like ML Kawazu. Just any warrior unit that has a non-attack skill will benefit greatly from this. Now, this is Cermia's best artifact for both PvP and PvE in my opinion, but you can also use like Draco Plate, you can use Portrait as well for Guild Wars, and it's still fine. So I don't think this is a must pull for Cermia or must buy for Cermia, but I think for Conquer Lilius, if you're not running her on like Nostalgic Music Box, then this artifact is insane even at plus 15. And I definitely recommend buying this from the Powder of Knowledge shop because Conquer Lilius is super good with this artifact, to be honest. Now keep in mind, we do have Seaside Bologna coming out with Drink, we have Summertime Mycelium coming out with her own artifact, which is very good on Summertime Mycelium. We also have collab artifacts coming out. Even though the collab artifacts are not that great in my opinion, you're still going to want to save your powder though and make sure you can buy at least Drink and Summertime Mycelium's artifact because those are really, really insane. And if you guys have extra powder left over, then maybe you guys want to invest in Border Coin for your Conquer Lilius. Now, Border Coin is not limited though, so if you guys miss out on it, it's fine. Eventually you'll pull one. You can also just wait for it to rotate in the Powder of Knowledge shop in the regular rotation, and maybe buy yourself one there for even cheaper at 180 powder instead later on down the road. So yeah, Border Coin, very good artifact. It's just bad timing because we have limiteds coming up, so you want to, keep that in mind if you do decide to buy this artifact. So yeah, that being said, that's pretty much it for this Should You Pull video, guys. Just to summarize, Cermia, very good late game PvE unit, good in Guild Wars offense. Early game players, I definitely will not pull on her because we do have limiteds coming out. Summertime Mycelium is a very good PvP unit. We have Seaside Bologna, which is insane for PvE and decent for PvP. And we also have, collab most likely coming out in the future as well. And also for Border Coin, very good on Conquer Lilius, very good on Cermia. but it is a non-limited artifact, so you can get it later on down the road, especially if it rotates in the Powder of Knowledge shop. Hope this video helped you out, guys, and make sure you leave a like and a comment to help me out for the algorithm, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.